Though the volunteers at Chako Pit Bull Rescue make a difference in the lives of pit bulls all over Central California, we don't do it alone. Chako works primarily with the dogs that are brought into either the Sacramento City Shelter on Front Street or the Sacramento County Shelter on Bradshaw Road, which is where this story of a Chako dog begins. A shelter volunteer named Mary came across a young pit bull running loose on Excelsior Road in South Sacramento on her way to volunteer at the Sacramento County Animal Shelter's Critter Outfitter. Mary scooped up the dog into her car and brought her to the shelter. The dog was in rough shape, with damage to her legs and ears. She would be cared for and held at the shelter in hopes that someone would come claim her. No one did. Once her hold time had expired, she became available for adoption and became known as Mary in honor of the shelter volunteer who found her. A Chako volunteer was immediately dispatched to evaluate Mary to begin the process of seeing if we could save this little girl, who had had such a rough start in life. In the shelter, Mary was shut down and was scared, and didn't show well for potential adopters. But Chako volunteers saw hope in this little girl, and after passing a couple of evaluations, Mary, as she is known by the shelter, was pulled by Chako and placed in a foster home with Michael and Jenny, where Mary flourished and had her name changed to Phoenix. Phoenix, as she was now known, was taken to various veterinary appointments for her injuries and healed up over time. She also was taught obedience skills by Michael and Jenny. Various Chako volunteers started working to get Phoenix networked in social media to get her adopted. After a few months, Phoenix went to a meet and greet with two other dogs who also had had rough starts in life, a blind dog named Sabrina and a mange-riddled guy named Roscoe. All three dogs met with potential adopters from San Mateo named Lauren and Zach. Lauren and Zach brought some friends of theirs, Brian and Kate, who live in Auburn, to find the right dog for Lauren and Zach's home in San Mateo. During the meet and greet, as Lauren and Zach were evaluating the three potential candidates, Brian and Kate were busy falling in love with little Phoenix. After a little nudging by Kate and Brian, the decision was made by Zach and Lauren to adopt Sabrina, later to be named Oreo. This cleared the path for Phoenix to be adopted by Kate and Brian, and now have a new big brother by the name of Scooter, their current dog, who is also from a rescue. During Phoenix's time with Michael and Jenny, Phoenix came out of her shell and developed into a girl with great confidence and fit right into life with Kate and Brian, and is loving every minute of her new life. She is running and playing at her new home in the Auburn Hills. If it wasn't for shelter volunteers like Mary, great shelter staff who reach out to rescues such as Chako, wonderful adopters like Lauren, Zach, Brian, and Kate, and of course Chako volunteers like Michael McCauley, who initially pulled Phoenix, and Michael and Jenny Samuelson, who were her long-term fosters, Chako wouldn't be as successful as they are today in making a difference for pit bulls all over Central California. Thank you to everyone who helped save Phoenix. For more information about Chako, please check out our website at www.chako.org. Thank you.